It's Friday night and it's 9:30. And I share my little parts of my day and little parts of my life sometimes. If people, well, some people do know, and some people actually lived it themselves, but just their lives, their situations. But how different my life looks today. Uh, I read this a lot, this daily meditation. And my daughter will someday see some of the stuff I do. Hopefully with not too much embarrassment, but this meeting, this particular CA meeting, this was tonight, but I didn't get to go. I had a meeting, I had to meet about some things at work, and I had to meet with my sister and get some things put together in this apartment. This apartment, brand new apartment, never lived in. I don't know how long I've been here, a couple, 3 months, or I don't have one thing on the wall. It's like I'm living in a hospital room. I have a TV, so that's important. Yeah, not one thing on the wall. I might keep it that way. It's so sterile and just weird, creepy. Oh, okay. Friday, May 8th. I missed my... I like going to this meeting. I'm sure they read this. The truth is worth the effort. Only by discussing ourselves, holding back nothing, only by being willing to take advice and accept direction, could we set foot on the road to straight thinking, solid honesty, and genuine humility. That's from 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 59. And that's AA literature, which a lot of different fellowships use. I remember well the day I sat down with my sponsor to share step 5. Fear of what he would think of me seemed to burn more through every vein, and my chest felt tight and painful. I knew I needed to take the step, because if I used again, I might not make it back. I was certain my only hope was to remain in the program of recovery I had found in Cocaine Anonymous. Once we'd begun, the more I talked, the better I felt. As I continued to work through the fear, the less of a grip it held. Despite this new freedom, I still faltered. Thank God my sponsor could see my fear and dishonesty. He looked me in the eye and with a knowing nod said, "Come on now, the truth is worth the effort." This early lesson has kept me in good stead for a few years now, no matter how strong the fear feels to me at the time. Experiences showed me that the power I've found in CA has never let me down. The truth is always worth the effort. Until recovery, everything in my life was based on lies. No longer is that an acceptable standard. I've learned to value honesty, just as promised the truth to set me free. With this other lifestyle, I mentioned, most people who know me knew I always struggled with alcohol. But this other part of my life, yes, it was a lie, but I didn't even know how much of my life this, not just the drugs itself, the cocaine, the stimulants, not just the life itself, just the whole lifestyle. The always in motion, the always in a hustle, the always... I've been safe for a long time because I've been alone a long time. Looks like I know lots of people, and I do. I didn't have a lot of enemies. I didn't stay long enough to make any enemies. It was just a complete tiring lifestyle for as long as I can remember. May 16th is my mom's birthday. And May 16th, that night is on my mom's birthday 2 years ago, is when they called her. And at that night, I was in a coma. I was... And then for weeks after, she watched me go through exactly what I'm watching her go through. And then in July, the end of July, July 26th, a couple months after, I started walking here to Moncton. And on that walk, I don't know for sure how long it took from St. John to Moncton, but so from St. John to Fredericton, back to St. John, and then I started walking to Moncton. I might have spent a night on the side of the road or whatever. I'm sure I stopped in Norton for a couple pints. But that's the last I ever used anything. Anything. And not so much as a daydream about, boy, this would be good or that would be good or this type of life. Just in gratitude with whatever's going on today. A good steward of what's going on today. A good steward how I respond to people. Not always not always perfect, but just a changed life. And people would think, oh, it's just like that. But no, it's been 30 years of, like, I gave up. The day when I was hurt, a couple months prior to that, I gave myself completely over, not to God, just over to that life. That's what I was going to do. And how it was done. I wasn't going back to any A's, so I've been to all of them, but I wasn't going back to AA or any A and getting a 24-hour welcome back to you. I wasn't going to any more rehabs. It's group time, it's group time, it's time for group, time for group. 9 years of that I've heard. Do you know how many times I've heard it's time for group? 9 years of in-house treatment. Not sober living houses, not houses to rent or whatever, not rooms. It's time for group. I almost went to work in a men's recovery. I was thinking about it, but I don't think I could handle it's time for group one more time, even if I have to say it. It's time for group. Is your chore done? Oh, I think I might have to face that now, and I'm not even in a recovery house. Is your chore done? Oh, I can see it eventually. Okay, I've rambled enough. It's Friday night. This is my Friday night. I'm watching Dead to Me. Real spiritual show. And I don't know what else. Something on Netflix.